Hey everyone, welcome to Loveworks. I am Stella. We are going to do an all signs tarot reading of whatever is coming next. We'll pull some advice cards as needed, that sort of thing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I had to laugh. My last video was titled Liberation or Liberating Optimistic Messages for You. It was my least viewed video in months. So that's very intriguing. I find that intriguing. Yeah, who wants to see those liberating optimistic messages? Okay, let's see. Aries, please. What do we have for Aries? Okay. Aries. Any placement, Aries. What do we got? What is next? Apparently not liberating optimistic messages. Okay, I'll let it go now. All right, let's see. All right, what do we got to start off with? We have Transformation Pluto. Awesome. All right. We've got Change and Courage. This card always cracks me up, the Change and Courage card. It's like this woman all dressed up with like her luggage on the train tracks. That does take some courage. All right. Okay, let's see. We have Choice. And we have Affair. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Leo energy showing up. It does take courage to have an affair. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So now let's see. Let's see what's going on for Aries. Okay. What is next, Aries? Let's take a look at a little bit at what's been going on, what is going on, what's coming in for Aries, please. Oh, yeah. Trying to decide. Is it sneaky time or no? Okay. I vote for no. Not for moral reasons so much as just it's typically, let's just put it this way. Tarot readers would never make a living if people didn't have affairs. Because it's like they're troubling, they're messy, that kind of thing. Okay, what do we have for Aries? What's going on? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's something more to reach out with someone rather, like make up, like, okay. So this may be like the masculine energy in a situation. Does not mean it has to be a male, but the masculine energy in a situation. Okay, because it's like the Eight of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Two of Wands in the recent past is kind of leaning towards, for me anyway, I'm viewing it as someone who is wanting to like make a choice, right, to come toward you. So, but we do, have the word affair. Now, I don't always go, because these are kind of old school cards, so I don't always go with, like, that it means, like, a love affair, right? Because affair can mean, like, an affair, like something to go to, or, something like that. So, hopefully they're single and it's a date and, things like that. But it's like, I don't know. We did see the sneaky card come out as I was shuffling the Seven of Swords, that sort of thing, and the Hanged Man trying to make that decision. I feel like this is someone who is trying to make a decision on whether or not to come toward you, is what I'm getting. I feel like this is also someone that you possibly already know or have known in the past, okay? Because we also have the Judgment card here, the Judgment card with Justice. So two cards, to me, both of these cards are like kind of karma cards. And karma is based on the discernments, the decisions that we make. So like when we make good, high discerning decisions, then we typically fall into the good karma range. When we don't make such great decisions, then that's when things start, the suffering starts, the things start piling up, that kind of deal. So I do feel, again, like someone's trying to make a decision to come toward you. And I do feel like this is in the present energy, okay, with the Page of Cups. So some of you, this has already happened or is about to happen. Now, you do have in the near future, you have the World card, the Sun, and the Four of Cups. So I do feel like there's an energy here of like, I don't know. I feel like you're excited to hear from this person, but on the other hand, it's sort of like, I feel like they are just going through something in their life where they're not really sure, like, about the choices they're making. They're not really sure what they want. They know, like, if they were to end something, they'd be happy, they'd be positive, you know, that sort of thing. But it's hard for them to, like, reach out for that golden cup. That golden cup, I feel, being you, right? So I feel like someone's sort of like torturing themselves with this decision in a way of whether or not to come toward you. I feel for most of you, this person will, at least like some kind of contact. I don't think they're necessarily going to profess love and throw it all out on the table, or, you know, no pun intended, or anything like that. But, you know, it's Page of Cups. But I do think someone's going to check in and be like, hey, what's up? You know, what's been going on? Or, you know, just thinking about you, wondering what you're up to. You know, something like that is what I am getting here. So, yeah, so there's that. Now, if you are already involved with someone, and this is like a romantic thing, and it is a third party thing, it is an affair, that sort of deal, I don't know. I feel like this person's intentions are more just like nostalgic, from nostalgic reasons, and like just kind of flirtatious reasons, but not really like ending a marriage and running off with you kind of energy is what I'm getting at this time. So I would, you know, so tread lightly. This may not be someone that you want to go all in with, or, you know, have faith that they're going to leave their other person or something along those lines. Okay, so let's see. Any advice for Aries? Aries. If it's about something else, like it's not about romance or anything for you, let's see. I feel like someone may offer, like, or reach out in this current energy, and it could be interesting. So it's like, don't underestimate like what universe puts in your path. Okay, I would say don't underestimate, you know, in a good way, what universe puts in your path. All right. So like if you get any unusual, you know, like text or something like that you weren't expecting, then it's like, you know, could be a good thing. Okay, so let's see. What is the advice for Aries? Just use your discernment. Have the courage to change, that kind of thing. Yeah, wow. Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, there's definitely something here that you have the World card in this reading, all right? World card is always about ending cycles with something, and then there's like this freedom. So I do feel like just being clear about a conversation is going to be like your like win in a scenario. Resisting what is not, I feel like if someone's married, I kind of feel like this is like a resistance thing, like to resist. And, you know, if they get, you know, divorced or something like that, awesome. But don't like just like go into something like expecting this person to get divorced. I would say, again, it's like possibly think about ending something like that and having your freedom to move forward. All right, so that you can find like more of a someone who's willing, you know, and ready, you know, to take action toward you, kind of thing. Okay. All right. So let's see. That's Aries. We're on to Taurus. We are. Okay. All right. What do we have for Taurus? What is next, Taurus? Taurus. What is next? Spirit guides. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's get one more. So you have stability and assistance with spirit guides. Okay, Taurus. Okay. All right. Let's see. Organization, devotion, and vision. Okay. Organization, devotion, and vision are your 3 oracle cards that came out here. All right. And you also have stability and assistance from spirit guides. Okay. All right. So nice. All right. So I would say this looks like change in life, change in circumstances. couple ways to look at the organization, devotion, and vision. So it's like some of you, it's like you may be too devoted to an organization that's like, you know, maybe have vision, like something else out on your own. All right. Or it could mean the opposite. All right. Like if you are devoted to some sort of organization or industry like that you work, because I feel like this is work, career with stability here. And that is, you know, absolutely what you're devoted to, then it's like definitely have that vision, right? Hold that vision for your future. Okay, so let's see. What do we have for Taurus with the tarot as far as what is next? What's been going on? What is going on? What's coming in? Okay, Taurus. Energy, please. All faces Taurus. Yeah, I keep seeing like earth energy cards going by, so definitely stability being a factor right at this time. Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I do see like a choice coming in for you. All right. So could be like some sort of different kind of path, something like that, something that allows you more vision. Okay, like in the recent past, you have the Empress, the Five of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. There is some kind of energy here of possibly arguing or just like not getting along possibly with a coworker, maybe within the organization, something along those lines. Someone could be, you know, giving you a hard time or something like that, because it's Taurus card, right? So I feel like this is somebody toward you. But it's like the Wheel of Fortune is here. So something's like ready to change, especially with these next cards, because these cards are more of like kind of working well. All right. So someone may apologize to you in the current energy and like, you know what, I was a little too harsh with you on that. Or, you know, I didn't have all the facts or something when I said those things, or when I, you know, kind of lashed out. Someone may apologize, all right, and like see something from a different perspective and like want to work things out with you and get on the same page with you, or work like, you know, more harmoniously with you, okay? So that may be the case. Others of you, it's like, I feel like this assistant from spirit guides is helping you to like look at something from a different perspective so that you can make a choice to move to something else that's going to help create your vision. I feel like you're not necessarily doing this alone. I feel like you're doing this with others or like another, all right, is what I'm seeing. Like there could be some sort of new offer, working with like a person, a couple people, you know, a small group, something like that, or a smaller organization. I feel like some of you may be leaving something very soon, or at least having the choice to, right, with the Lovers card here. Because the World card and Ten of Swords are clearly like an ending in tarot. But this isn't like an ending that's like, oh my God, this sucks, you know, kind of thing, like being fired or, you know, like, you know, something, you know, awful. This is something that's like more, like I said, harmonious for you is what I am seeing. So yeah, I feel like you guys have options in the future, and you may have felt like you put a lot of devotion into something, but again, I feel like it's not necessarily the vision that like the spirit guides, you know, have in mind for you is what I am seeing here. Okay, so what is the advice for Taurus? Advice for Taurus. Okay. If this is a relationship for you, I feel like there's somebody may want to, yeah, I'm getting like somebody wants to apologize. Like I'm really, really, really getting that. Okay. What I was going to say was, here's the advice cards. What I was going to say about if it is romance, there may have been, like somebody just may not have been very amicable, you know, with things lately or something like that. I do feel, like I said, like maybe they just needed a break, or they needed to get, you know, have some time to themselves. Not a break from you, I didn't mean that, but like a break, you know, just in general. I do feel like maybe this person may, you know, have some counseling or something like that and get some like really good energy going here. Again, like I said, they may apologize, but I also feel like maybe they put too much, you know, time into work and not enough time into you or something like that. So they may be apologizing, coming forward, spending more time with you, something along those lines. All right. Now, for most of you, though, I feel like this is more work career related. Yeah, I feel like someone's coming forward with an offer. That's what I'm sensing here. So, like, if you're looking for new work, or you're looking for like a new new position, or even just a new department or something like that within your current, like, you may be chosen. Yeah, that could be something like to like chosen out of your organization or, you know, corporation, whatever, to participate in some kind of different perspectives in a small group or something along those lines. So you may be leaving like a current position within the company and moving towards a different department. Something like that is what I'm getting here. Okay, so that is Taurus. We're on to Geminis. Geminis. Okay. Okay, Geminis, let's see what's going on for you. Gemini. Geminis. Okay, any placement, Geminis. What is the message? What's next for Geminis? Okay, and Gemini, please. Okay. Oh, romance at the bottom of the deck, Gemini. Hello. Hello. Hi, I'm Gemini. Oh, whoa. All right. You got party. Hello. Partying, romance at the bottom of the deck. Okay. But then there's like this masculine mentality that's like lack and doubts. All right. Like, I feel like there's this masculine energy that's feeling like, oh, you know, I'm never going to be part of, you know, that world, or I'm never going to, you know, hang out with the party chicks, or I don't know. I feel like there's if you are like that masculine watching that, I'm not saying, oh, or like taking that lightly or whatever. I mean, I totally understand. That was, you know, basically my whole life until, you know, like as a teenager and all through those, I was the one in school who, you know, hung out with no one and was in the corner, you know, afraid. Afraid of everyone. Oh God, don't look at me. Don't talk to me. Okay. Luckily, I came out of that. But it's like, sort of. So there's something here where there's like this masculine energy that's feeling like they won't have romance, or they won't have like that type of, they can't get that kind of girl or that kind of woman, you know, sort of thing is what I'm getting. Okay, yeah, friendship. So it may be like one of these things where, oh, well, let's just be friends or something like that. Now, if you're a feminine, you may be out dating, you know, things like that, looking for romance, or, you know, a good romantic partner, or more, maybe soulmate energy, something like that. There may be a masculine around you right now, though, that doubts that you guys will be more than friends, you know, not because they don't like I think they're into you, but they just feel like they don't have much self-esteem or something like that right now. Okay, so let's see what your message is, though. All right, so tell me about, with the tarot, Gemini. So what's next? Let's look at what's been going on, what is going on, what's coming in for Geminis, please. Whoops. Gemini. What's going on? What's been going on? What is going on? What's coming in, Geminis? Okay. Yeah, something definitely here, like about like partying, having a good time. Maybe it could be like a bit of a FOMO reading also, whether you're feminine or masculine, feeling like everybody else is out there having a good time, something like that. But like you may not be. Yeah, some of you are working instead like on saving your money, things like that, and feeling like yeah, like wanting romance, wanting things like that in your life, but mostly just having to work, or this person that you've met just always has to work, you know, something like that, is what I'm sensing. Yeah, I do feel like there's energy here of like again, just sort of this masculine energy with their sort of head down. All right. And then the feminine energy is like having this good old time, you know, kind of thing, or somebody's viewing it that way. So it may not be like true or actually happening, but someone is viewing things this way. So I feel like maybe you said, you know, hey, let's just be friends to someone, and they may just you know, I feel like they will move on, but they are still kind of holding out hope for you, is what I'm getting uh, by the cards that we're going to look at in a moment here. Right now, we have the Six of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Seven of Wands in the current energy. So yeah, I do get this sense of like, okay, moving on, you know, but then there's still this like holding on to you, this like fight, you know, I was still wanting to like fight for you, because I feel like they find you like very attractive, very unique, very beautiful, something like that. So I feel like they will be coming back around. The Death card is oftentimes is a card of like coming back around, all right, or not really letting go and holding on to this idea, I feel, of you. So yeah, I don't know. You do have somebody that's in your energy here that appears like, I don't think they're going to harass you or bother you or, you know, anything. I mean, it's a general reading, so use your intuition. I don't get that, but I do think that like that they still are going to like hold on to you. So even if they agree to be friends, so that's a tricky situation, because you like if this is resonating and you feel like it's a guy, right, or it could be a woman, whatever, that's like super into you, but you're not really ready for that right now, or you'd rather just kind of go out and party or date, or, you know, stuff like that. So you tell this guy, let's just say it's a guy, right, just for whatever sake, but it can be any gender, and you tell this guy, you know what, you know, let's just be friends. Then the thing is, though, if you know, like if you can sense and feel like that this person's like super into you, and it's like they agree to being friends and you know, going out, you know, and you guys go out and party or have fun, or go do social things or something like that, like keep in mind, like that's, I don't know, it might not be the best thing to do, because, you know, if you do know this person's really into you, then that's kind of not fair, right? I mean, it's not necessarily about fair, because fair isn't the right word, but I think you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not really helping anything. You may really enjoy this person's company and genuinely want to be friends with them, but it's like, but understanding that they're in love with you, or, you know, something like that, then it's like, do you really want to do that to somebody? You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. So I would say weigh out like how important it is for you to, you know, keep this person as a friend, rather than like hurt them like daily by seeing them, or, you know, something like that, right? Okay, so I'm not trying to make you feel guilty or anything like that. Just, you know, just something to consider if they're really super, you know, super into you or something. All right, let's see. So what is the advice for Gemini at this time? What is the advice for Gemini at this time? Okay. The Sun, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. Honestly, maybe you should give this person a chance. It's looking pretty good. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I'd say this looks pretty good. The advice is the Sun card, the Four of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. This is absolutely being positive, moving towards a plan with someone. Maybe, you know, starting a little bit with like spending more time at each other's home. Sometimes this can be living together or something like that too. Depends on where you are in a relationship, right? And this is like making a plan, and this is typically marriage. So all of the cards that came out here are like really, really cards of like a stable, long-lasting relationship. So the other thing is, okay, so that opens up this too. Some of you may feel like oh, I'll never have this, or guys just want to be friends with me. Or if you're a guy watching that, oh, women just want to be friends with me. Something like that. Ugh, sorry, I got my hairs in my eyes. Okay, and it's like, no, keep moving, keep fighting, like for something better. Like, don't entertain. Like, if you are looking for marriage, you are looking to settle down, you are looking for a long-term relationship, then don't entertain, like, party girls or party guys, right? And it's like, move on from that and be willing to start like a friendship, something like that, get to know somebody, that kind of thing, and transform into romance here. All right. Like, I do feel like that is very possible here. So you may have someone around you, like I said, that's super into you. Maybe you told them you just want to be friends. But I do think that there could be some potential here if they are, like, as long as they're not like a player or something. Like, if they were a player and that's why you told, like, oh my God, I think they just party all the time. Party all the time, party all the time. Or something like that, fine. That's great. Then this is saying you did the right thing, death card, move on, heal, look forward to something new, stable, that kind of deal. Others of you, if it's more of like, oh, I don't know if I'm really into that person or something, and you just said, oh, let's just be friends. Well, I don't know, maybe there's a little more here than you're giving credit for. All right, like, I do feel like someone is like really wanting to have like a super stable relationship. Okay, so that's what I see there. All right, let's see, that was Gemini. We're on to Cancers. Okay, Cancers, let's see what the message is for you. Cancers. Cancers, what is next? What is next? Soul ties. Okay. Confusion. All right. Let's see. And let's get one of these. So the soul ties, I'll hold it up in a second. Soul ties card says reunion at the top too. So reunion doesn't necessarily mean it's somebody coming back from the past, all right, or something like that. Could be, or if you've been, apart from your person for a while, it could possibly mean that. But it can also, since it says soul ties, can also mean like someone from a past life coming into your life, and it's like a reunion in that way. Inspiration is here. At the bottom of the deck. Inspiration. Okay. All right. So you got reunion, soul ties, fulfillment, and wish. Whoa. All right. So there we go. That's what I have there. And then we have, oh my gosh, you have riches. So the riches card, though, is, it's like the 10 of Pentacles in tarot. All right. So it's like, it's Saturn, Capricorn, that type of energy, right? So it's like that something that takes a while, sometimes like a hell of a long time, a while, right? But then eventually, it's like eventually things just come together and now it's solid, like it's not going anywhere, right? So it's like, I do feel like there's something here where I don't think, I mean, it may be about money for you, for some, all right? Absolutely. Could be something about like work, career, soul ties to career or something like that. Fulfillment, wish, riches. Okay. But for most of you, I feel like the riches card, because the thing is, we tend to associate that word with money, right? And it's like, this is more, like I said, Saturn and Capricorn. It's more about like that which like this desire, this fulfillment, these wishes, that one holds for a very long time. Maybe like kind of chips away at for a very, very long time, and like, then there's this sort of like faded energy for some, like if it's meant to be, that is rich and of value because it's something that's taken time, right, to build, and your appreciation just grew and grew and grew for it. Okay. So, yeah, it definitely could be a relationship for you Cancers. All right. Or like, again, it could be like, work, career, something like that too. But let's see what's going on for you Cancers. All right. So what has been going on? What is going on? What is coming in? Okay. Yeah, I feel like somebody's going to reach out to you, Yeah, from like before. For many of you, it is like a reunion, a past life thing, or someone that you know have thought of over the years, something like that. Okay, what do we have for Cancers? Cancers. All right. Yeah, somebody's thinking about reaching out to you. I definitely do see that. This person could be from a different culture. They could be from a very long distance from you. Something like that with the Three of Wands. All right. But yeah, they see like a future with, yeah, wow. This person, oh my God, wow. Cancers. This person literally is like coming toward you. They want to marry you. All right, so I wish this reading was for all of you. Okay, I truly do, that are interested in such things. But you know, it's very specific. Like this is like super specific. This reading, like absolutely. I wish you could see like the way I'm seeing it, because like holding up the cards just doesn't do it justice. Because I can't hold them in a straight line and like against the background where it makes sense and like all that stuff. But you're going to see here the King and Queen of Pentacles. We're going to see clearly, yeah, someone here that has a vision of the future. They want to reach out to you. They are the King of Pentacles. And don't, you know, whatever genders you're in, it doesn't mean it has to be a king and queen only. It could be a king, queen, you know, whatever. But it's like we're looking at the energy and the archetypes of the cards. So look at this. Somebody who has this vision of reaching out to you, all right, this King of Pentacles. And it's like, what do they see? They see the Two of Cups and the Hierophant with you. They want to see you as their Queen of Pentacles, like marriage, right? Or she wants to see this one as, you know, whatever, whoever's reaching out to whomever. So, I mean, it's very clear here. There's like this vision that someone has that like wants to connect with you. I don't, this person is not going to beat around the bush. Like, I think they're just going to be super clear that like you are the one, you're the one that I want, that you're the one that they want. And I mean, this is like quick. All right, that's what I see. So that's why I say, you know, I'd love for this reading to be for everyone, but it's for somebody out there, right? I mean, hopefully, you know, quite a few of you, but it's like, this is quick moving energy. Someone wants to like come toward you. All right, especially with that Justice card there. Another card of marriage. We have like the Ten of Pentacles energy here. Marriage, like long lasting, you know, and it's the mature King and Queen of Pentacles. Someone's coming toward you because they know you're like an empress, like they're that emperor to your empress, or again, whatever gender, you know, we're talking about here. Soul ties, fulfillment of a wish. I mean, wow. This is like an insanely good reading here, Cancers. So I'm going to leave it there. I ain't messing with that. We're going to leave that there. Now, as I always like to say, when a reading like this comes out, so here's the thing, you know, it's like, if you really kind of feel this, then feel it. All right. If you're more like, well, you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's really going to happen for me or something like that. Okay, cool. But then feel it for your other brothers and sisters, you know, like, you know, feel it for yourself, please. You know, I mean, if this is something that sounds good to you, and not this doesn't sound good to everybody. You know, some people just, you know, want to be independent or go do this or go do that, you know, whatever. But if this sounds like really, really good for you, then it's like, then feel this, right? But don't go watch 50 million other tarot readings now that are gonna like degrade this one or put doubts in your mind about this or put doubts in your mind about that. I always say that when people get a really good tarot reading, it's like, stick with that. Right? It's like, don't go looking for more. You know, it's like, stick with that and let that reverberate, feel it, you know, kind of thing, because it's beautiful. All right. Okay, so let's see, that's Cancers, right on. Okay, Leo, let's see, what is next? We got one card out already. All right, Leos, please. Leo, what is next? Is that what's next? All right, okay. I just saw like kitty cats for some reason, like cute, kind of like those kitty cats from like golden books. Remember golden books? You know how like they had that certain style, you know. And I just saw like kitty cats like drawn like that. It was very weird. Okay. Oh, and look at the card. Memories, nostalgia. How weird is that? Okay. And then we have integration, union. Whoa. All right, so if you are watching both Cancer and Leo, like your cuspy, something along those lines, then wow, okay. Let's see, and we have authority. Respect my authority. Sorry. And we have authority here. Okay, so it's like nostalgia, integration, union, authority. So authority, interesting. Usually, like I get kind of like a emperor vibe from that, but for some reason I'm getting more of a like hierophant vibe from it. So it's like that's why I say if you were watching the Cancer reading too, as well as Leo, for some reason, it's like this could indicate like some sort of marriage, like authority, like figure marrying you or something. Like I don't know, somebody could be getting married here, is what I'm sensing. Okay, so let's see. Because the title of the reading is What's Next, and even though I read it as like recent past, current energy, what's, you know, near future sort of thing, sometimes it can just mean like actually what is next. Like what's the next chapter of your life. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's playing out in like 2 seconds for some of you, you know, but it's saying like that is what is next in life. Okay, so let's see. Tell me about Leo, please. What's going on? What has been going on? What is going on? What's coming in for Leos? Leo. All right, Leo. I keep forgetting to post. I took a photo it wasn't the other day. Actually, it's been probably about 2 months now of it was a place I was driving in a very, very, very tiny town. And I was at a stoplight and I just happened to look over and it said Leo Repair Shop, not Leo's Repair Shop. And it was written in like paint on the window. Like somebody just like made their own, because it was a really small town, right? And like they couldn't probably afford a sign, like an actual signage, so they just painted it on the window, and it was supposed to probably say Leo's Repair Shop, but it just said Leo Repair Shop. And I took a photo of it because I thought I'd post that for you Leos, you know, you'd get a kick out of that, right? You know, if you're you know a little broken with something, just, you know, head on over to the Leo Repair Shop. I'm still waiting for the Scorpio Repair Shop, but, you know, hey. All right. I'll try to remember to post it on my community board. It's kind of funny. All right. Let's see. What do we got going on here? Oh, there you are, Leo. Okay. Don't resist this. This could be good. I feel like somebody's thinking about communicating with you, like, again, or something like that is what, because you have this memories, nostalgia card, and to me this looked like somebody, like, contemplating, you know, should I reach out? Should I just tell, you know, Leo the truth? I don't know, intuitively some of you are feeling this, like that someone's thinking about you or someone's wanting to reach out or something like that too, okay? Or it could be you. Maybe you are doing that. You're like trying to listen to your intuition, wondering like if, you know, should I put this out there? Should I communicate with this person? In the current energy, there's definitely someone coming toward you. All right. Or again, if this is you, then you are moving towards someone with confidence. Okay. So there's an energy here, though, of the Knight of Cups coming toward you. We have Virgo energy here, if that means anything to you. For some of you, it could even be like another Leo. All right. Leo, Capricorn. So it could be another Leo, Capricorn, Pisces, maybe. I'm not really feeling Pisces, even though the High Priestess is here. Virgo, possibly. I'm getting Sagittarius for some of you as well, just because I am. All right. So let's see. Anyway. So I do feel like someone is coming toward you, and to like pay attention to this, because I do feel like it could be something interesting here. Something that like, I do feel like fits in with you well. And it's like could be something that leads to a lot of happiness within a situation. So if this isn't like romance for you guys, I don't know, I'm a little torn. It could be either or in this reading, and that's good for a general reading. I like that openness. For some of you, it's definitely romance. Somebody's like definitely thinking about you, feeling like they want to contact you and be very clear, about things. They want to come toward you with confidence, or they have more confidence now, something along those lines. They want to show you like that they've changed, or that they have this confidence now. So maybe someone you dated before and you were sort of like lukewarm with, or something like that, could be coming back and surprise you. All right, they might have like really kind of changed up their everything, or something along those lines, and have more confidence and be more authoritative, right? Yeah, you be authoritative. Is that even a word? Okay, I like it. All right, so they could surprise you. All right, I feel like they have a vision, like they have a vision for things. They want to move towards things. Okay, so if it's not romance for you though, then I would, because I feel like it could go either way here. For some of you, this could be something about I don't know, integrating some kind of new plan, something like that. Having the confidence to go seek like more. All right. Also, I feel like that message is there. Like seek more from others, from yourself. Definitely think visionary with the 3 of Wands, and like think of things in terms of future. Right? Like not just like what's going to happen next Tuesday, or something like that. It's like think of things like more in a longer picture, a longer term scenario, instead of just like focusing on, well, what's going to happen next week, or something like that. Like focus longer is what I'm seeing too. And I do feel like someone's like, again, though, I do feel like romance is here. Like somebody's thinking about you. But if it is work and career, I do feel like there's, I feel like you have a vision, and like you're moving toward, like you may catch the eye of like an authority figure, or like a boss or something like that. But I don't think anything's like moving and shaking in like 2 seconds here. It's not that it's slow energy. It just feels like there's not like an urgency to it or anything like that. It feels like it's just sort of like a natural unfoldment of things ahead for you, and it's positive. Like things look positive in your future. Okay, is what I'm seeing. All right, so that is Leo. We're on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Let's see what is next for Virgo, please. Virgos. Oh, something's turned around in the deck. Oh. Okay, so this was from the last reading. I must have put it on the wrong pile. I think it was from the last one. Fulfillment and wish. So maybe that's there for you guys as well. Well, not maybe. Yes, that is there for you guys as well. Okay, so tell me about Virgo. What's going on for Virgo? What is next? Okay. Let's get one of these. And we'll get to the tarot. We'll look at your oracle cards first. Let's see what's up. Okay. All right. Virgo. So you have cycles, change, and completion. Beautiful. Cycles, change, and completion. Okay. And we have sun, strength, and empowerment. So a lot more like boldness, vitality, things like that coming from you, from within. Okay, and we have isolation. All right, interesting. And it is Virgo energy, Saturn in Virgo energy here. All right, so there may be someone that you may be, because if you look, it's kind of hard to see the details of the picture on such a small card, but she's like trying to talk to this masculine who's like turning away, being like very, oh no, woeful, for some reason. So there may be something about like possibly like you want to have a new cycle of change and empowerment and optimism and change, things like that. But it's like there may be someone who like brings things down. Like it may be a masculine. Now, if you're a masculine watching this or cross watching it doesn't mean it's you. Okay. I feel like this would be a message for like feminines or those who date masculine. You can be a masculine, but it's like, it feels like there's somebody here that is bringing things down, and that like, they're very isolated, and it's like you try to be like their comforter or something along those lines. Okay, so let's see though what's going on with the tarot, so we can get a little bit more on what this message means for you. All right, so what is next for Virgo? So it may be like one of those things, like if you have someone or a partner or something like that, or just a masculine that you care about in your life, it may feel like timing is weird. Like right when you want to be like, you know, you feel like you want to do these things and be empowered and all this stuff, then there's someone who doesn't feel that way at all, and is sort of like, you may feel like it's your like karma or something like that to like comfort them. So let's see. Let me see. What is a message for Virgo? Virgo, please. Virgo. There you are. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. And a choice. And a Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Yeah, wow. See, exactly. That is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like you have all this like vitality and like new like oomph, or I don't know, something like that. But it's like, I feel like there's someone who you may feel like that you need to give to. I don't think this is a bad thing though. It's funny because I would go that, I mean, not bad, but normally I would go the route that, hey, you know, we do have to look after ourselves. And it's like, I know personally, you know, I've had that experience of this where I've been all like, yeah, you know, take on the world and all that kind of stuff. But then someone around me is like bringing it down. Right. And then I, you know, being double water, will tend to want to soothe that or put a lot of attention on that, which takes away from all that excitement and gusto that I had, right? So normally I would say, yeah, don't do that. With this situation, though, it does seem a little different. Okay, so this seems like a situation that that someone does kind of need your help, is what I'm sensing. Now, I you know, it is a general reading, so discernment is always best. Okay, so if this is someone that like always needs your help, they're always down and out, they're always depressed, or they always bring everything, you know, crashing down or something like that. No, you know, then don't let that be something that takes you from your peace and harmony and balance. Of course, we can have sympathy and compassion and all those things for those, but it's like, don't let something like that stand in or drag you down. Okay, but I don't think that this is a case of that. This feels to me more like someone who doesn't always like do that, and may genuinely need like some sort of lifting up in some particular way. I feel like there's this opportunity for you to like help others in that capacity also. Some of you might have a great like talent or skill in like motivating, you know, others from isolation, something along those lines. I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of opportunity here to give of yourself in a positive way, and like help someone kind of get back on their feet again is what I'm seeing here. Or, you know, get back on the horse, you know, metaphorical horse, something like that. Based on your your ability to have good discernment, high judgment of a situation, and also the ability to transform. Because the judgment card is very much about like transforming. Like the people were literally like in their coffin and then coming to life, right? So it's a metaphor. So of bringing something back to life. So I feel like absolutely like you may, some of you possibly maybe going to school for this or something like that soon too. Maybe some sort of, you know, counseling degree or psychology degree, something along those lines. I feel like it could bring like pretty major transformation for you is what I'm seeing as well. It's like, I don't feel like it's as much work as you think it could be, you know, like it's, you may be thinking, oh God, I don't know. I don't know if I have the patience for that, or I don't know. Some of you maybe just need to go back and complete some work that could give you a degree. Also, maybe you started something in the past. All right, so I'm getting that as well. I'm getting a lot of messages with this. But on a more, if it's not, you know, about work or something like that, again, I feel like it's more like someone does like need help, like getting back on their feet again, and like that transformation energy here. And I do feel like it could really like change things, like what you have some sort of like motivational idea or vision or something like that for the future. It may, you know, maybe it takes like you know, maybe this person just needs like a small loan or, you know, something like that to get something off the ground. And if that's not like a burden for you, again, remember it's a general reading. Don't go throwing money out to somebody who, you know, like, or whatever, you know, they're constantly coming to you for money or something like that. This would be, again, something that is like sincere, all right, and legit, and not, you know, just like a temporary Band-Aid on something. This is someone who, you know, most likely, and it's probably a masculine, someone that needs like this sort of a boost in some way, in a positive way. Okay. Again, please keep in mind this is a general reading. So use your own discernment, your own judgment with things, right? But it's like, I don't know. I feel like you have something that like they can benefit from is what I'm getting here. So that's what I see. It could be a Sagittarius, and or it could be something like transitioning around Scorpio Sagittarius season. Okay, so this might not be like this second. All right now they might be in this great energy of yeah, go get it, and because this is like what's next, right? So then they might not be. All right, and then that like around like I said, Scorpio Sagittarius season, something like that. Then it's like this person possibly might need help or some sort of boost or something like that is what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. So that is Virgo. We're on to, now, if that was you, like if you're the one who needs that, you know, then it's like, then speak up, you know, ask people for help, things like that. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to, you know, ask others for help. As long as as long as you're not like constantly doing that or something like that, in a burdensome way, like, oh my God, you know, just constantly, you know, something, if it's genuine and sincere, you know, things like that. It's like, yeah, ask for help. I feel like, you know, then there's some help there, and it may come in the form of a masculine. All right. So it could be the other way around. All right. So let's go to Libra. Let's see what the message is for Libras, please. What is up, Libra, as far as what is next? Okay. All right, Libra. Okay, self-love. Higher self activation underneath the deck. Higher self activation. Okay, so we have self-love, creation, intentions, nurture, compassion. Very nice cards. All right. So I'm getting the vibe, you know, from and that card that was underneath the deck, you know, like this is a really good time as far as what is next to spend some time in nurturing yourself, a lot of self-love, care, delving into the higher self, right? And at the activation of higher self. Some of you, need some distance from a male that's like, it's a facade of twin flame. Okay, sorry. Man. those cards up right. I know I'm dealing with a glare. I'm dealing with like holding too many cards up. Okay. So some of you need to focus more like, or not need to, it's your choice. Sorry, didn't mean to sound bossy. Libra, you need to do this. Okay. Yeah, that goes over well with a Libra. What I meant was, it would be behoove you, be a good idea, right? To focus on like self-love right now, activating higher self, nurturing and compassion toward yourself, and really focusing on that rather than like getting lost in some sort of facade of like a masculine energy here, like the whole twin flame deal, things like that. Give that some distance, okay? Because I feel like this is saying and then separation. Okay. And then self-care. Oh my God, can't make this stuff up. Wow. There's that higher self card. Underneath that higher self card then is chemistry, separation, and then self-care again. Okay. So, and then remember and awakening. And into the present. Oh my gosh. And the next, I just can't keep holding up all the cards. The next card says present, gratitude. Okay. So it's like, sometimes we mistake, and I've said this a million times on this channel, like a twin flame scenario for just chemistry, passion, and or bad relationships. Okay. So I feel like there's something there to like activate this self-love, higher self, nurture, and compassion. All right. Super clear. All right. So let's see. What else do we have? We have risk and we have flirtation. Okay. Interesting. All right. Risk and flirtation. Okay. Yeah, there may be something else coming in for you, I feel, that is worth taking a risk on. All right, or someone else. All right, that's what I'm sensing here. So there may have been something that was considered like a twin flame scenario, but really it was possibly, and I'm not saying this is for everybody, again, general reading, but for some of you, it could have just been like a more of a misplaced too much importance on like the whole twin flame thing when it was really just chemistry, something like that. Take some distance from that situation, and focus more on your self-care and that sort of thing. And I feel like you will come to the natural conclusion like that situation is not for you, and that there is a situation though that will be coming in to like take a risk of flirting with. Okay. It could be very good. It could be an Aries or a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. Okay, so let's see. What is going on for, we are on Libra. Libra. What's been going on? What is going on? What's coming in for Libras? Oh, jeez. All right. Okay, what is going on for Libra, please? What's been going on? What is going on? What is next? Libras. It's not an album. Oh no, Who's Next was the album. Yeah, that's right. Not What's Next. Okay. All right, context. Let's see. What is up? Oh, okay, thank God. All right, you might have a Capricorn. All right. Wow. Or moving. Togetherness. Okay. Yeah, I feel like someone's like worried about like reaching out to you or giving you the truth about something. I don't know. They may just like, or somebody's like really running a lot of scenarios through their head, like looking for the truth. Okay. I feel it's a masculine though. So like, it could be you as a feminine or something like that. I mean, it's a very common scenario, so it could be anybody, right? I mean, it's not like some big psychic hit to say that. Many people are, trying to figure out like what is the real truth with this or that or the other. But I really see it more as like a masculine sort of up at night, like with some things going on here, in the deeper subconscious, and really like wishing they knew the truth or wishing they had the courage to, make the choice to come toward you, something like that. There's a lot of like not so great energy here, and then there's some good energy here. So that's what I'm sensing. I feel like there is maybe some sort of twin flamey thing to let go of that really is just chemistry and passion. And like I always say on this channel that and it's I do, not to get I always say I do believe in twin flames, but I believe in twin flames in a very positive way, like where things just click. not where things are difficult and there's fraught with karmas and lessons and things like that. I always say, to me, no, that's just a bad relationship. It's like it's things that aren't being learned or grown from, or it's just not, there's conflict there. And that's what I see. So I feel like someone like really trying to manifest something, but instead they're just manifesting like karma or like a battle, or something like that. The current energy is like, ugh, like really not good at all. It's like a lot of resentment, a lot of just the Five of Swords, Nine of Wands, Page of Swords. These are all like my like trigger cards of someone who's like not happy, right? They're just sort of looking onto this situation as just with like argumentative energy, things like that. So it's like, but then you have like the Sun, the Six of Wands going into the Devil card. So, but I don't feel it's like the Devil card as far as like, because if you're moving with positivity and confidence and courage, you're not going toward the devil, right? I mean, unless it's all coming purely from ego or something like that. Sure, that could be. But sometimes this could indicate too needing a little bit more ego, like a little bit more, inner swagger that brings that outer swagger. So that could mean that as well. There's something here about, again, like really nurturing self-love, higher self, and getting obsessed kind of with that. All right. Not obsessed with like whatever isn't working out or whatever causes all this like resentment or arguments or dramas or something, like not being obsessed with that. Instead, like being obsessed with higher self-care, nurturing, compassion, all those things that we saw, with those other cards. And remember, like self-love came up again at the bottom of the deck as well. Like, remember that. It says something like, remember that, awakening. So that's what I see there. Yeah, I feel like some of you too could like need to like flirt with like something new or someone new and be like a little bit more riskier in that area. Okay, that's what I'm sensing. And not to, again, like entertain or obsess over people that want to argue with you, or people that, just want to create dramas with you and things like that. Leave that stuff in the past. Okay. All right. So we are on to Scorpio. We are. Okay. Okay, Scorpio. Let's see. Let's see. What is next? Scorpio. Okay. Quick. Quick, Scorpio. I like it. I like it quick. That was like, oh my God. 45-minute foreplay. Just get to the point. How Scorpio of me. Okay. All right, let's see. What's going on, Scorpios? Scorpio, please. What is next? Exaltation. That's such a cool word. It's just, certain words just have like cool sounding things, and that's one that sounds cool. Exaltation. Okay, so what do you got? You got distance, retreat, or time out. Okay. And you have deception and temptation. All right. Deception and temptation. So retreat and take a time out. So like if you feel like someone's like, kind of being a player, or something like that, or, just feeling like you're not really connecting with someone, if it's romance, it could be something else in your life, but it's like give some distance to it at this time. It may be something that is tempting toward you, or someone who is tempted or tempting with you, someone you are tempted toward. There we go. Or something along those lines. But again, I would say just take your time with things. Don't make any snap like decisions at this time. Okay, let's see. What are your other cards? Yeah, you have adaptability and exaltation here. So it's like, yeah, I feel like that is your friend right now, to like adapt a bit, not adapting to this situation necessarily, but just adapting to more, energies of things that will exalt you, all right, that will like lift you higher, all right, instead of deceptive tempting things. All right, that's what I'm getting from that. Okay, so let's see what your actual tarot says. Yeah, it could be a Virgo, all right, possibly, that's tempting you or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see what we got. Scorpio, please. In temptation, isolation, so let it go. Yep. All right, what do we have? Scorpio. What has been going on? What is going on? What's coming in? All right. Okay, you guys are ready, aren't you? All right, I gotcha. Yeah, somebody's been on your mind. All right. You were always on my mind. Oh, all kinds of songs coming out here. Okay. Yeah, wow. Somebody like misses you or wants to manifest something with you, but they feel like they can't. Okay. Yeah, there's a little obsession. All right. Going on here. Capricorn energy, could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. I feel like the obsession is not you, Scorpio. All right. Yay, Scorpio. All right. Okay. Yeah, I feel like someone's thinking about either that, or if it is you, all right, we got to be honest with ourselves, us Scorpios, all the time. Got to be, putting the hammer down on that honesty. I mean, possibly it could be you, like if you're obsessed with like, being together with someone or something like that, then, this again is saying like, take a retreat, a time out from that. All right. It's like be more adaptable with like lifting yourself up, something along those lines. Discover new things to do or, things of that nature. So if it is you, then that is the message. All right. For some of you, though, I feel like this is someone that is like thinking about you, thinking about reaching out to you, something along those lines. The Ace of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. I want to clarify a little bit because I'm not sure which direction this is good, because it's one of those readings that could go either way. It could be like, it's the Devil card that's kind of throwing me. If it's a Capricorn, awesome. All right. If it's not, then that card's kind of throwing me, because this could go either way, where it's like, because I like the Ace of Cups and King of Swords. I do like many times as a reader. It's not every tarot reader's favorite card, but I kind of like King of Swords types. So I feel like, I have an affinity more towards that card. So I feel like it could be like some sort of romantic, very just truthful, to the point message coming forward, which is always good. But then, we have this like kind of strange energy here. All right. Strange brew. Oh my God, all kinds of songs coming through. So let me clarify real quick, and then like we'll get to this a little more. Okay. So clarify the like what's next. What's next? Okay. What is next, Scorpio? Okay. King of Pentacles, Hierophant, and Six of Swords. All right, yeah, you don't see something coming. Yeah, Scorpio, I feel like something's coming that's going to turn the wheel in a positive way. I feel like someone wants to, like reconnect with you. They are realizing like, you are, like happiness to them, or like they see like a future with you. So I do feel like there is like truthful communication coming forward. All right. I do feel it's current energy. All right. It's showing in current energy. what happens next? Okay, so it absolutely could be a Capricorn, all right, or a Taurus. Earth energy, all right, coming through. All right, because we do have the Devil card here. All right. You may have two situations. All right, one where it's like needing to, again, like take some time out or distance away from like deceptive relationships, if there's any around you right now, or if there has been in the past, like take some time out to see that for what it is, because I feel like the adaptability and exaltation is something good. All right, that's why I wanted to clarify this, because I feel like it's a good reading. All right, and it's more like seeing two sides of something. So I feel like there's something ahead for you that is very strong, that is very permanent. All right, that could be a job, a career. It could be marriage. All right, something like a relationship leading to marriage. We do have King and Queen of Pentacles in this reading. But I do think there's something about, possibly, you've adapted or learned or exalted yourself from a situation that you did distance yourself out from. You did realize it was just temptation, or you came to know that. So now you're ready. You're more adaptable. You're ready for more exaltation. We have this like Taurus energy here. All right, of again like kind of receiving like the okay from universe, spirit, things like that. So whatever it may be, whether it's work, career, a relationship, something along those lines, I feel like there's something like going on in your current energy that is bringing this in. So don't fight or immediately sabotage or something like that. Like if this is good, it's good. All right, so recognize that, embrace it, allow that, be adaptable with that. Not everything's perfect. Nothing or no one, on this earth is ever going to be like perfect. We can come mighty close, absolutely, but nothing is absolutely going to be perfect. So be adaptable with things, and I feel like you're going to be very like well lifted up into a new situation. This may require moving, it may require travel, something along those lines, but it feels like it's like where you need to be is what I'm sensing with this Scorpio. So just as long as, again, you're sort of distancing yourself from whatever like that a sort of twin flamey, thing was that you guys that had that in the cards? Or was that Libra? I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up now. Never mind. I think that was Libra's read. But it's like there's something here that I do feel is positive moving forward. Just be adaptable with like this like lifting up of a situation. So it's like, in other words, if you meet somebody or somebody contacts you and it looks good and all that and it feels good, it's like, then don't start like looking for problems or, I'm not flexible on that. It's like be, fixed energy Scorpios, right? Be more adaptable, flexible with things. And I feel it's going to lift you up in a positive way. Okay, both of you, if it's two people, hopefully. It may just be you and like work or something like that. But if it's like a relationship, then hopefully both of you will be in that energy. Okay, so let's see. That was Scorpio. We are on to Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see what's up for you. All right. Sagittarius, please. As far as what is next. All right, so you have Storm and Unexpected, kind of like a Tower card energy. Regret and Repression. Uh-oh, okay. And we have Indecision. Yeah, okay, all right. So let's see. All right, let's get the tarot. Let's see what's up. So Tower card, Indecision. There's a masculine energy here that is possibly repressing some feelings of regret, like a storm, like kind of brewing inside of them. That's what I'm getting, because of their indecision. Or maybe this is more your energy here, where you are like, man, why won't they just say what they, want to say, or make up their mind about what they want to do, or, something like that. I feel like you may be getting tired of like their indecision or something like that. So there's this sort of storm brewing with this masculine of regret, repressing this energy of communication. And I feel like they regret it, but it's like, don't like wait around on this person, like to, because it's being like they're repressing energy. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this repressing this energy and come forward and come clean and everything's awesome now. It's like I feel like that's kind of them. So like if you're waiting on them to communicate with you, Mercury energy here, right? Then it's like, I don't know. I feel like then that you're going to be like that shadow behind that tree of just sort of like, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay, so what do we have for Sagittarius, please? Getting Libra vibes from this reading. It is Mercury in Libra. Oh, is that Mercury? Oh, it's not Mercury. No, it's Venus. Oh, sorry. It looked like Mercury to me at first glance. All right. Okay, what's going on? Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius energy. Any placements? Sagittarius. Oh, yeah. Yeah, waiting on waiting on somebody to grow up, I feel, is like not a good move here. All right. Yeah, follow your intuition. Yeah, I feel like it's time to move forward. All right, for sure. Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, Eight of Swords in the recent past. So I feel like something or someone like has kind of kept you like sort of stuck or trapped in a way, based on their like shenanigans. All right, like their whims. It's like, there's that song again. Every once in a while, this song pops into my head. I don't know if it's always during Sagittarius. I'm not sure, but every once in a while, this song pops into my head, and it's a little like obscure-ish, by the Afghan Wigs, called Debonair. And it's like, little boy tied to you, something because I wanted to. It's like basically he's very expressive, that Greg Dooley. And it's obviously probably self-inspired stuff. But it's like I feel like he's talking about like his behavior is not so debonair, and so he's talking about it from like feeling like like that little him. There's like the little me and the big me, and it's like talking from ego point or child tendencies, things like that, where it's like we just want what we want. So I don't know, I feel like waiting on somebody to like grow up, or waiting on someone to finally be your 10 of Pentacles, your King of Pentacles or Queen of Pentacles or something like that. I don't know, I feel like it's not this one. All right, the one that you may be like waiting for and undecided about and hard to move away from, but I feel like it's not them. I feel like you would just be like waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and instead I feel like the cards are saying resist putting energy into waiting. Because I always say, if we have to wait on someone to decide they want us or to come toward us with excitement and love and interest, then something's wrong, right? It's like, because I don't know about you, but I know personally, if I'm super into someone, in a positive way, it's like I'm not just going to like, well, I don't know, or like, call them, once every, at 2 a.m. like sup, You know, it's like, I'm not going to do that. It's like, if I'm super interested, then I'm super interested, right? So like, if we're waiting for someone to show interest toward us or to choose us or something like that, then something's not good there, right? Something's drastically wrong with our self-nurturance and our self-esteem and things like that. And I'm not trying to say that in a mean way, like, oh, something's wrong with you, not like that. It's just, but we need to look at that stuff. It's like, why are we waiting on somebody to like grow up, or why are we waiting on someone to choose us or to make up their mind what they want? Now of course there's certain times, like if it's a relationship you've been in with this person for a while or something like that, sure, there's an element of, if someone's just kind of going through a cycle in their life, they may be going through some pretty radical changes and desiring more from life or something. Like, yeah, give them some space, things like that. That's cool. But it's like, if it's something where this has been going on for like, a year, 2 years, 10 years, something like that, no, right? It's like, resist, move forward. You do have the Wheel of Fortune here, the High Priestess, and the Four of Swords. All cards to me of saying, hey, if you want to turn the wheel, then listen to your intuition and realize like what doesn't work, and recognize why certain things don't work, and learn and grow from those in tandem with listening to your intuition, and you're going to turn the wheel in a positive way for sure, towards like more of what you do desire and do want out of things. So I feel like there's a situation to heavily resist here is what I'm getting. Okay. All right, so that was Sagittarius. We are on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, let's see what's up. All right, Capricorn, please. What is the message for Capricorns? Okay. Capricorn. We are looking at what is next, Capricorns. Oh my, that's quite a bit. Oh, okay. Hello, little like levers at the bottom of the deck there. What do we got? We've got remember, awakening, and then we have past, lack, suffering. Okay, so some of you waking up from something, like you're remembering, like, oh yeah, I don't want to do that again. All right. Raise your hand if you've been there. Okay, you don't want to do that again. All right. Okay, let's see. What's up? So you've got status, defense, empathy, and the Wheel of Fortune type energy. It's called Fortune in this card. Sun in Leo. Okay, so let's see. So you have status, and it's like a couple. Defense, Taurus energy here. Okay. Empathy, and fortune, Sun in Leo. Okay, so there may be something here where there's like I don't know, it has that kind of a beautiful feel to me, rather than like a warning, like, oh, don't go back to that, like I was joking about earlier. It has like more of a beautiful feeling to me, of this sort of, I don't know, the remember and awakening card is like really like, I don't know, it's kind of hitting me strong here in a good way. All right, so it's like there's something here that's being remembered, that's awakening, that things aren't just like, it's not about like defending status, or like, oh, I've got to have the trophy husband or trophy life or trophy wife, or something like that. There's something about I mean, not that status and things like that can be good, but it's like, I don't know, there's something here like with empathy and then fortune. I feel like that's where the gold is. There's something about that. So like seeing something from a different perspective is what with this 12 here makes me think of the Hanged Man energy, of like seeing something from a different perspective, that it's not about defending the status or something along those lives. I was trying to say, like, I think some of you may have had past lives in some sort of like high way, all right, as far as like high ranking status or something along those lines. And so there's like this part of you that is still sort of loyal to this status, like energy, all right, where it's like, I feel like for you guys, like this is more of a lifetime of developing like empathy, and like that's where you'll find like your boldness, your riches, your fortune, you know, if you will, because riches and fortune, you know, and it doesn't have to be money or something, you know, can be sure, that can absolutely be part of it, but it's like it feels more to me like just the riches of life in general. All right, so something about like this sweet empathy is like that's your gold. All right, so let's see. Who are we doing right now? I forgot. Who are we doing? Story of my life. No, I'm just kidding. Who am I doing right now? No, I'm totally kidding. That just sounded funny. We're on Capricorn, right? Let's see. We did Scorpio. We did Sagittarius. But yeah, we're on Capricorn. Okay. All right. No, my life was hardly that exciting, but you know, sounded funny. Okay. All right. Well, that's not true. My life was very exciting, actually, but like not in that way. All right. Let's see. Notice I said was exciting. Okay. Let's see. Capricorn. What do we got going on for Capricorn? What has been going on? What is going on? What is next? Yeah. You know, someone's like suffering. Okay. Let's see. What is going on? There may be something here too. It's kind of weird. It almost feels too like it has like a little like inheritance vibe. It's like do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Do what you feel is right. There may be something going on, like and I'm not like predicting this is going to happen or something, because I don't like putting things like that out there. That's you know, so it most likely would have already happened, you know, if it's coming from my readings, because I don't ever predict things like that. But there could be something like going on, maybe within a family situation or something, where it's like, you know, because I kind of get like an inheritance vibe, and there could be like other family members like, well, we've got to defend my place, you know, I don't know, in the will or something like that, and my status, or you know, something, whereas it's like you don't have to, you know, if like you're not that type, it's like, although I will say you probably won't get anything, because I know I've always been this type, and like you know, don't speak up for things, and then you know, typically you know, nothing happens. But it's like, but the thing is, that's okay, you know, because it's like your riches are inside, you know, so there's something here about just like, you know, like just keep demonstrating your empathy. Like that's where the fortune is. All right, if people want to fight out, you know, about status and, you know, this and that and whatever, you know, let them do it, you know, kind of thing. It's like, I don't know. It's like, just remember like who you are. It's like, it's not a lack, you know, it's not like a punishment or, you know, something like that. It's like you actually, you know, are like, or if you're going through money things or something like that, it's like you're not like poor, or you are like mega rich. You know, it's just in a way that isn't necessarily, you know, what transfers to society. All right, of like status and things like that. Okay, so let's see. It's kind of a strange message. All right. Let's see. What do we have for Capricorn, please? What has been going on? What is going on? What is coming in as far as what is next? Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, Justice card here. You may have a Sagittarius coming in. for some of you, or soulmate energy coming in as far as what is next. I feel like your current energy is actually pretty nice. Past energy, not so much. With the Two of Pentacles, the Lover's card, and the Five of Swords. There, wow, yeah, there could have been like, I'm getting like family fighting over something. So this isn't going to be everybody's reading. It's probably not. But there could definitely be some like family fighting over something. Again, just trying to defend, that status or their place in like a will, or, something like that is what I'm seeing. And it's like, I don't know, it could be, like whoever it would, like, they might be like upset at that, or like angry at that, or annoyed by that. This is a weird thing. Okay, again, but I'm just gonna, like, some of you may be on the like outside of something like that. I would say just be who you are, all right? Because one of two things are going to happen, and I can guarantee this, because I can't guarantee it, but I've been there, all right? All right, where that's typically what does happen, all right? Like if somebody's like has a will, passed away, something like that, then it's like all the family members all of a sudden, fight, and all those things, and it's like, even the most, who you feel are the most integrity, type of people, can all of a sudden, they can be blinded a bit by wanting things, or, getting things and stuff like that. So, I won't say it's necessarily like your best move to not be aggressive. I chose the route of like not being aggressive, and just, honoring the actual wishes that were actually in the will, and because obviously that's, what he wanted. And it's like, and I didn't choose to challenge it. I could have, all those things. And, it's like, okay, awesome. That's like noble, of me, or whatever. But on the other hand, it's like, possibly, I should have been a little bit more looking after myself too, because, to tell you the truth, it didn't work out in my favor at all. And it's like, but it's like, it worked out in my favor as far as like my conscience, because it's like, I don't feel like any guilt, or like, embarrassment for like, being, like greedy, or, or fighting with like other people in the family, or, stuff like that. Right. So it's like, in a sense, like that's way more worth it to me, to have that sort of like just clear, feeling, honoring the wishes that were there, not fighting them, obviously they were written down for a reason. That's what he wanted. Right. So it's like, I feel like there's something here going on where you may be in a similar position, or something like that. So I'm not going to say, yeah, just, play it cool, do this, do that, and whatever, because it's like, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean then that, everything's going to work out in your favor, but it will, like you will feel good about things in the long run. All right. So there's like a fine line though, because it's like, we also do have to look after ourselves. So if it is a situation where it's like, absolutely, there's possibly like really, people who are trying to take over something, in a bad way, or something like that, then sure, stand up for yourself. Absolutely. That too. I don't know. I feel like harmony is your friend right now. That doesn't mean passiveness. All right. But harmony is your friend right now. And I do feel like something is, some of you you may be gaining something because of like your behavior. All right. That's what I'm seeing in the long, it may not feel like it like right now, but it's like you actually are gaining like something way more valuable, like from just sort of maintaining sincerity, and like your golden self of like true empathy and things of that nature. I feel like that is like your happiness. Okay. So it's a very strange reading. It's not everyone's reading, obviously. So let me see if I see any other storylines here for you. One thing I'd say if you're single, there may be someone, especially if you're like a single mom or something like that. It's like, just, enjoy this time right now, hang out with your child, spend time with your children, things like that. It may feel like nothing's changing or something like that, but I do feel like you guys will be meeting someone in the future. I feel like it will be this year. I don't think it's going to be in like, this week or, super fast or something like that, but I do feel like you will be meeting someone soon. All right. And that's like, what is next? Like there's someone here who truly does love you and is going to pursue you in a positive way. All right. Okay. So let's see. That was, Capricorn. We are on to Aquarius. Okay. All right. Aquarius. Got one flying out already. Is that good? Yeah, we'll go with that one too. Okay. Forgiveness and apology. Apology and forgiveness is at the bottom of the deck. Is that a little doggy? I think it is. I can't tell. I don't know what that picture is. Oh, it looked like a little doggy, like that he was holding up from from where I was at, but it's not. Okay, anyway. Let's see. All right. Aquarius, please. Aquarius, what is next? Okay. Let's see. Isolating thoughts. Yeah, there may be a masculine that wants to apologize or something like that. Maybe they're isolating right now. Family, home, and commitment. Okay, family, home, and commitment. Okay. And then we have negotiation showing up. Negotiation. All right, so let's see. Isolating thoughts, family, home, commitment, and then negotiation. All right, let's see. An apology. So the apology is probably falling in line with that negotiation card. So yeah, I don't know. There may be a masculine for some of you. Like this could be, I don't know. I'm not getting married though. I'm getting like possibly like father, of a child, but maybe not married. I don't know. Something like that is what I'm getting. So let's see. What do we have for Aquarius? Maybe it's somebody you're dating and they didn't tell you or something that they have a child, but I feel like they haven't been married though. Like it's not like your husband, for instance, or, like that they were married before. They're isolating right now. They're going to apologize. They probably want to work something out with that negotiation. Let's see. All right, what do we have for Aquarius? What has been going on? What is going on? What's coming in? What is next, I should say. All right. Okay. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, there's a conflict here. All right. What I'm seeing. Yeah, definitely torn up about something, somebody's isolating, maybe ghosting even a little bit, something along those lines. Could be a Gemini or maybe a Pisces. I'm getting also. We do have Libra energy with the negotiation card. Yeah, they may have been very they could have been made a snap of judgment, or just I don't know. I feel like they maybe made a snap judgment in the past, or maybe a judgment about you or something along those lines. I feel like they have this, they're kind of tossing around this choice, all right, of whether or not to apologize or come back toward you or something like that is what I'm getting. So I do feel like there is a masculine energy that is debating, something. They may have felt like they made too quick a judgment or to, like, maybe they, like, I don't get, like, abusiveness here. So, like, if there's abusiveness or something like that, that's a whole different story, right? Never, engage, right? That there's nothing, beautiful that's going to come out of that. I don't get that. But I do feel like maybe they could have, like, flew off the handle a little bit or something like that. Not in an abusive, just in a, blah, 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 kind of way, like in a verbal way. That isn't normally them, okay, is what I'm getting. So they may be isolating themselves. I feel like they're going to come forward, apologize, or like I said, or they just hastily judged you for something, something. And I do feel like they, despite like like they want to put the drama behind them or the argument behind them, and like reach out to you, apologize, that sort of thing. We do have apology here. Yeah, we do have chemistry. All right. Also showing up. So I do feel like this person will be apologizing for something. That's what I see. So you do have this card of negotiation here. So that might put you like if it's a family situation, it could be a good card, putting you in this sort of place of like, well, okay, that's cool that you're apologizing, but let's take a look at this and like, let's negotiate what needs to happen here. If it's a family situation. If it's a romantic situation, then I don't know, there is something here about possibly like, is this like a negotiation, or is it a relationship, or is it like a positive movement forward? Okay, like just ask yourself some of those, questions. Are you being controlled with this situation? Is this something that happens all the time? That kind of thing. And like, just pay attention to that type of thing, because it feels like it could be someone who is like apologizing. Now, if it is like if it airs on the side of this happens a lot, because there can be verbal abuse too, right? Like if this is something that happens a lot and then they isolate and then they come back and apologize, I wouldn't be accommodating and that sort of thing. I wouldn't be, that's controlling, right? So it's like, don't be negotiating like that type of energy. That's just because again, the apology, they're coming back as a page apologizing, not a Knight of Cups or something like, or a King of Cups. So I don't know. I would say chances are it's going to happen again if it's something that has already happened multiple times. All right. So heads up there. All right. Be careful what you negotiate. All right. Okay. We are on to Pisces. We are. All right. Let's see what's going on for Pisces. We are looking at what is next. Okay. Pisces. Okay, truth and expression. Although it does look like they have like a mud mask on. So I don't know. I don't know what that's about. If that's supposed to be like, are they really telling the truth? Yeah, and then guarded. Avoidance, stalemate, and then receive, be open to receiving. Okay. Fate, detours, divine intervention. Okay. All right, so let's see. Pisces. Well, there we go. Drama at the bottom of the deck. Keep your concentration through any dramas. Okay. I also feel too with this concentration card, it's like keeping the like, I hate saying this phrase because it sounds like so antagonistic. Like keep your mouth shut, but in like a good way. Like I don't know. Concentrate instead. Concentrate about something before like engaging in drama. Somebody wants to just like roar, yell, something like that, right? And it's like just keep your cool. I feel with something. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? We have contracts. Commitments. Okay, until debt tear us apart, it says at the top. Okay. Also, could have something to do with career. I have a feeling this isn't career, though. All right, for most of you. Okay, and then we have forming structure, solid foundation. It's very Zen-like, right? Like the rocks. It's a balance. Okay, and then you have power. Showing up here as well. Okay, power. So contracts, career, commitments, forming structure, solid foundation, there's power in that. When there's like drama or something like that, it's like, again, you know, I feel like don't engage in things of that nature right now. Okay. All right. Because it's like, it may feel like this masculine may feel like they're expressing the truth, but they have a mask on. So it's like, that's probably why you do feel like somewhat guarded with this situation naturally, right? It's like, you don't want to, because the word vulnerability is on here as well. You also don't, you know, you don't want to be vulnerable to something. You're not sure if this person's telling the truth or do they have a mask on, right? So then that ends up with this energy of being like in avoidance and a stalemate. And it's really interesting, this word avoidance. You know, I think about that word sometimes. I like to like tear down words and stuff like that. So like if you say it slow, it would be like avoid dance. So it's like a dance with the void, you know, or something like that, right? So it's like, and then it's like this stalemate. So instead you have like this receiving and being open to fate and detours, right? That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's see. Let's get the tarot and see what's going on. Okay. Because avoiding something is like, it's a void dance of life, right? Avoidance is like one of the main things that causes like suffering and pain, right? Is avoiding. So it's a dance with the void, not in a good way, like in a cool, you know, Shakti kind of way of the void. It's more, you know, like I look at it as more like it's like nil and void, you know, like nothing's going on then, stalemate, right? Okay, so let's see what's going on, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. What has been going on? What is going on? What is coming in for Pisces? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's something to like shut out here, block out here. Yeah, drama, right? It's like a decision to make here. Okay, so let's see. Recent past, we have the Star, we have the Devil card, and the Eight of Wands. So Capricorn, Aquarius energy, possibly in your recent past, or something that's like, I don't know. It's like you may have received like a bunch of like texts, or you know, a flurry of texts, or something like that. There could be a little bit of obsession or you know, flirtation with something in the recent past. All right. In the current energy, there's choices here about how to move forward. Specifically. Okay. So I do feel like in the current energy, like to really, really, give like really good attention to like the choices that we are making. So it's definitely not an avoidance dance. Okay. It's like looking at things and saying, okay, you know, I have a decision to make in front of me here. And how can I make the highest discerning decision to break free, move forward, you know, that sort of thing. Well, all right. So it may have something to do with a relationship or something that like needs to be like not defended, but let go of in a way. All right. So I don't know. This could be, you know, with this until debt tear us apart, you know, kind of thing, contracts. So this could be something like around like a marriage or something like that. And if it's around like a marriage, that, you know, we can all relate to, you know, even like my first marriage, you know, like we were not the best match. Okay. At all. I'm not talking about the one that, you know, that I was married to that was awesome, that died and all that. But my first marriage, I was like, we were not a good match. And, you know, there were definitely some issues and things like that, you know, and, but the thing is, it's like probably even to this day, like if someone said something, well, no, I probably wouldn't, honestly, but like back then, like I remember like we were on the rocks, like totally on the rocks, and we were in this I think it was like a Kmart or something back in the day when those still existed, and I forget what we were looking for, something, for the house or whatever. I don't know. And there was a salesman, like a clerk or whatever, and we asked him for some help, and for some reason he just had like this horrible, horrible attitude to my husband at the time. And even though like I probably felt the same way about him, it's like I quickly like came to his defense, because we had history. So that's the thing. A lot of times we can have history with someone and it's just natural to want to come to their defense because we do know like the good things about them. We know that they're not always like a prick or a jerk or whatever. And so like it's especially us women, like it's our like tendency to come to the defense of our family, right? And there's something about that, I feel though, that in this particular case, like it's not the time to do that. Not to get involved in drama, not to like defend. Because the thing is, when we come to the defense, and we learn this as parents too, like if we constantly come to our children's defense, then they never learn. They're not going to learn. They're not going to learn certain things that they, adapting skills and stuff like that. It's kind of the same case, same scenario here I'm seeing. Like if you constantly, or not constantly, but even if you step in and defend this situation or get involved in this drama or something like that, it's going to wreak havoc on your concentration, and it's going to involve you in some ways that it's like, we don't always have to come to the defense of things. Maybe someone needs to like learn something from this experience, learn what it's like to, yell and roar and all this stuff. And then it's like, if they're doing something like that, then don't like, oh, well, they probably were just having a bad day or something like that. Like, don't defend something. It's like, there's more power in your like concentration right now than in trying to like rescue a situation or stand up for someone who possibly needs to hear something. All right. And again, not from you though. Like I feel like with the mouth closed energy of that one card, like it's something to stay out of completely is what I'm getting. So it's kind of like less is more right now is your friend. So like not getting involved, not saying too much about things, not trying to defend someone or feel sorry for them and try to fix situations, things like that. I feel like right now it's time to be kind of more just focused on your own personal power at this time and about, again, like the discernments and changes that you are wanting to make. That's what I see. All right, so let me see the contracts, career, commitments, structure. So others of you, it may have something to do with like at work or, something like that, because, I just kind of got with the until death tear us apart, and contract that is probably more of like a marriage or something like that. But for some of you, if it's not about a marriage or a relationship, romantic relationship in some way, like living with someone or something like that, then it could be about work and career. And again, I would say like not to get involved then in situations that may be developing around the workplace. Not to like speak out on the drama of something. It's like not because it's not right. Sometimes it's right to speak out against it. I feel like this is not that time, is what I'm getting. So it's like instead, maybe it's just something like that you don't want to be a part of anymore. And maybe it's time to like make a decision, right, about like ending this situation and, looking for something else or something that is more aligned with you. Okay. Like the money could have been good or something like that, or, something in the past, but it's like, it feels like now, like it feels like it's not like forming a solid foundation for you. Okay, so there may be something to stop defending. All right, and maybe talk to your boss like when when like the drama of things are over and say, you know what, either I want to move into this department, or I think, I'm ready to check out my options or something like that. If that feels right to you, it's a general reading, obviously. But not right now. That's, again, I feel like right now it's just not a time to like be involved in dramas and things of that nature. Okay. All right. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed your readings. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. All right. Bye.